He just has to touch you once.
Going down.
He's so different than anybody else in the division. Like, he knocks everybody out. Everybody hits hard. They all hit hard.
But he pushed down.
Dude hits hard. hard. You know they have that punch machine?
Oh, yeah,
where
you can see the power? What's his power?
190.
Why you wake up? You should have kept dreaming.
Joe Rogan was left completely stunned after watching newly released training footage of Shakur Stevenson unleashing incredible punching ability, displaying unreal hand speed, sharp precision,
His
and
right
elite level
hand,
control.
which is not his power punch.
And it still
His
was
power
130?
punch is his left hook. His left hook is what he knocks out everybody with. But it might be that his left hook is faster and it's a better weapon because it's in the front, and his right hand is more powerful, but he just doesn't land it as often that way. Did you find it?
This evolution in Stevenson's training points to a clear strategic shift, as his trademark defensive brilliance is now being complemented by a stronger focus on explosive combinations, hinting at a more aggressive and assertive version of Shakur Stevenson inside the ring. Terence Crawford, a longtime friend, mentor, and elite pound-for-pound fighter, has been seen training alongside Stevenson in the build-up to the highly anticipated showdown with Lopez. Stevenson has even been captured sparring and drilling with Crawford in the gym, sharpening his skills as he moves up to 140 pounds in preparation to challenge Lopez.
With the phone in my hand.
Stevenson's training goes beyond raw punch output, emphasizing precision, timing, and making every shot count. The focus is on real-time adaptation, reading opponents, and applying skills with clear intent rather than reckless volume. His tight head movement allows him to slip punches by inches instead of overreacting, keeping him balanced, composed, and ready to counter at all times.
Say he about to violate, we about to see. Well, this up. He gonna think he gonna think the referee hitting him in that bitch. Champ gonna just be hitting him all day long. Bop, bop, bop. He gonna be steady coming. Oh, he tough. But we gonna hit him with all that good shit. We gonna be ready for his ass. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, will I make you good?
Stevenson's style is built on timing, anticipation, and sharp counters, making him extremely difficult to hit cleanly. Lopez, by contrast, favors a more measured approach, staying on the front foot without overcommitting while carefully selecting his shots.
Teo style, even if he's on his front foot, he doesn't commit to a lot of punches on the front foot, but he can fight that way. Shakur almost exclusively wants to go defense to offense versus leading the exchange. So I don't know, not to say Shakur will be on the back foot the whole time. That's not necessarily how I see the fight going, but I don't know if this is going to be like a knockdown, drag him out type of thing. I think we're going to get a defensive sweep.
He has spoken openly about his competitive nature and his desire to face opponents who demand discipline and adaptability, reflecting a constant drive to grow as a boxer every time he steps into the ring. Stevenson's confidence and focus on mastery over comfort fuel his preparation and sharpen his mindset for elite challenges like Lopez.
I think it also did something for you to prove to yourself that, man, listen, that wasn't like my best performance, but I showed you I can get it out the mud. What did that performance kind of do for you now that you
Honestly, I think like styles-wise, I think that Zepeda's style is the style that's supposed to give me the most trouble. Like, guys that box and give me time to think is the guys that's gonna have a fit with me all night. But the guys who press me and put me against some ropes and throw a million punches, that's the style that's supposed to give me trouble. So I went out there and I prevailed against that style, and now I'm fighting against a box. For me, it just makes it more fun. I don't have to deal with a guy that's trying to like wear me down so much. So now I gotta play chess.
Equally important is Stevenson's punch selection, as he avoids reckless combinations and instead waits for high percentage openings, delivering clean, accurate counters that disrupt an opponent's rhythm and control the flow of the fight.
Is win.
Stevenson has been training with exceptional intensity as he prepares for his upcoming showdown with Teofimo Lopez, pushing himself physically and mentally every single day in camp. He is focused on sharpening his skills, adjusting to the added weight, and perfecting his movement and timing to effectively deal with Lopez's power and aggression. Stevenson has sparred with elite-level partners, including working closely with stars like Terence Crawford to accurately simulate the challenge ahead, while also adding focused strength training to generate more power in his punches. His commitment has been evident in every detail of camp, even choosing to skip holiday celebrations to remain fully locked in on preparation. By keeping his body in peak condition and his mind completely focused on victory, Stevenson's dedication reflects a disciplined champion determined to rise to the biggest test of his career.
Let's fight.
Stevenson is often described as a defensive, puzzle-like fighter who frustrates opponents by neutralizing their plans and forcing constant adaptation, often leading to mental breakdowns. His style relies on precise timing, anticipation, and sharp counters, making him extremely difficult to hit cleanly. Lopez, in contrast, favors a measured approach, staying on the front foot without overcommitting and carefully selecting his shots. Clemens predicts their clash will be highly strategic, with both fighters testing each other's discipline, adaptability, and ring IQ rather than relying solely on power or aggression.
him to fight the same way versus Teofimo Lopez. I really don't. And I think people are looking at the Zepeda fight and going, yeah, that's Shakur we want. And I don't want to say he's going to disappoint people, but he will not fight that way with Teo. He won't. And Teo won't fight the same way William Zepeda did. They'll both be very measured. I think it'll be a very slow-paced, low-output fight. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could see maybe they go to war or something, but we're talking about styles making fights, and Teo's style, even if he's on his front foot, he doesn't commit to a lot of punches on the front foot, but he can fight that way. Shakur almost exclusively wants to go defense to offense versus leading the exchange. So I don't know. Not to say Shakur will be on the back foot the whole time. That's not necessarily how I see the fight going, but I don't know if this is going to be like a knockdown, drag him out type of thing. I think we're going to get a defensive swing.
Unlike fighters who build gradually in a new division, Stevenson chose to skip tune-up bouts and immediately pursue a title, highlighting his belief that he belongs among the elite across weight classes. Lopez's recent performances at 140, however, have drawn mixed reviews, with some pundits noting decision wins rather than dominant stoppages and questioning whether he is the most feared champion at that weight. Still, Lopez's resume includes high-profile victories and extensive championship experience, making him a dangerous and formidable opponent for anyone, especially a fighter newly entering the division.
And I honestly did it because I wanted to push myself. I know that Teo is a tremendous fighter. I know he's on an extremely high level. And I feel like, well, I know that I can beat him, but I know that this should be a tough session, so I'm ready.
Who were some of the other options you had?
Lamont Roach.
That would have been a real good fight, man. But I mean, Teo, he's a bigger name though, so I see why you went with him.
Yeah, bigger name, and also he got the more accolades. He's been undisputed before. He's done one belts at 35, one belts at 30, at 40. So he's more accomplished. So I know that would be a better name on my resume.
Yeah, a lot of people saying that this is gonna be a tough fight for you.
I mean, they absolutely right to have their opinion. I already know this guy.
Both fighters enter this high-stakes clash with impressive but very different resumes. Shakur Stevenson steps into the ring undefeated at 24-0 with 11 knockouts, having already claimed world titles in multiple lightweight divisions and defended the WBC lightweight championship with poise and technical mastery. His movement, discipline, and southpaw stance make him a complex puzzle for any opponent. Teofimo Lopez, meanwhile, carries a 22-1 record with 13 knockouts and reigns as the WBO light welterweight champion. After moving up from earlier success as a unified lightweight champion, Lopez argues that elite fighters deserve elite pay, insisting that a fight of this magnitude should be both entertaining and properly rewarded. His style brings excitement, variety, and creativity, surprising analysts with his technique and adaptability against top opponents. Drawing inspiration from past greats, he blends old-school combinations with modern athleticism, continually evolving. For Lopez, a fight with Stevenson is about more than money or hype. It's a chance to prove versatility, honor boxing history, and demonstrate that he belongs among the biggest fights of this era.
For me.
Ooh. We didn't get into Shakur.
Oh, yeah, I want to see like entertainment, and then pay the man for that entertainment.
Well,
I give it all different kind of traits of skills. I mean, even Andre Ward, someone that's like an analyst, like a perfectionist in boxing, like his IQ is high. He was even the commentator, like he was surprised how I did that jab where it was like a Superman punch to Josh Taylor, a guy that's undisputed and everything, and just made it look so easy. I bring so many things. I even brought a George Foreman combination now because that's everything. Everything is everything. Like I go back in time because that's where my future is at. And so like as far as like retirement and stuff, honestly, man.
Eddie Hearn has described the Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson clash as the kind of high-caliber fight boxing needs, emphasizing that both men are elite fighters in their prime with different but equally compelling strengths. Hearn highlights Stevenson's technical skill and discipline, noting that his ring IQ and consistent preparation make him a dangerous challenger, even when giving up size and power to a natural 140 pounds champion. At the same time, he acknowledges Lopez's explosiveness, natural athleticism, and unorthodox style, which make him tricky and unpredictable. Hearn points out that this stylistic contrast is what makes the bout so compelling, promising fans a fascinating matchup of boxing intellect versus power and momentum, a true test for both fighters at the peak of their careers.
Underrated in terms of his achievements and his ability. Everyone in boxing knows how good Shakur is. He is pound for pound, top 5 in terms of quality. But look at the achievements of the young man. At 28 years of age, he's already a 3-division world champion. This is to become a 4-division world champion. Quite remarkable. And Teofimo always rises to the occasion. Sometimes you see a little bit of a lackluster performance when he's not motivated, when there isn't kind of any legacy on the line. This is different. This is a sold-out Madison Square Garden between two of the elite fighters of our generation. And the best thing about this fight is we're seeing...
Veteran boxing analyst Teddy Atlas has suggested that Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez deserve genuine credit for taking a high-risk, elite-level matchup that many top fighters often avoid. In today's boxing landscape, it's common for fighters to protect undefeated records, pursue safer title defenses, or delay dangerous bouts for financial or strategic reasons. Stevenson and Lopez, however, are not taking the easy path. They are stepping up to face each other at a higher weight class, fully aware of the risks involved. This decision reflects confidence in their skills and a competitive mindset rooted in the sport's traditions. By agreeing to this fight, both men demonstrate respect for the sweet science and for fans eager to see the best fighters challenge each other.
At certain spot, he's avoiding this guy, he's avoiding that guy. You can't take those shots at these two guys. Definitely can't now. They are stepping up, and they are taking fights that a lot of people are probably surprised they took. Now, a lot of people will say style-wise, Teddy, style-wise, is this going to be a great fight? I don't know if it will. I mean, style-wise, I could see you having a little reservations, whether or not these guys will make for dynamite. They will make, for electricity. I don't know if they will, but I tell you what they will make for. 2 skillful fighters, 2 talented fighters, 2 fighters that are at a high skill level.
He points out that while the Stevenson versus Lopez matchup promises elite skill, it may not necessarily deliver non-stop excitement or explosive exchanges. Boxing fans often distinguish between technically brilliant fights and those that are electrifying for the audience. Some bouts showcase mastery without constant action. In Stevenson's case, his recent performance against Robson highlighted his versatility. He can fight both inside and outside, blending defensive elusiveness with controlled aggression. He manages distance effectively, lands precise counters, and adapts to his opponent's style while remaining competitive throughout the fight. These qualities show that even if the bout isn't an all-out brawl, it will still feature intelligent, high-level boxing that emphasizes skill, strategy, and adaptability.
Against Zepeda, being elusive while being aggressive, walking them down, fighting on the inside, boxing well, still being able to counter, still being able to control space, but also be able to go into tight quarters and not be afraid to show that he's good on the inside too, that he can make you miss and make you pay outside and inside. Shakur showed that. That was great. That was great, and people applaud him. I applaud him. We were sitting there. I was sitting there actually with your sister, ringside, watching that fight. And it was a terrific performance. Shakur showing that dimension, showing that attitude, showing that competitiveness, showing that dog like people like to show or like to talk about. And they wanted...
Will Stevenson's technical mastery outbox Lopez, or will Lopez's power and experience shock the world when the bell rings?